I want to share with you a bit of a heartbreaking story that I read yesterday in the news. So it goes like this. There is a 13-year-old girl who she discovered that boys and this girl's friends, they all kind of discovered there's a group of boys that had taken public photos of these middle school girls and had put them through deepfake AI nudifying apps, and they were sharing them all over school as pornography. Now, the morning that they discovered this, they went to the principal and said this is a problem, and the school started investigating. Now, what happened is that same day, like going home after school, she was on the same bus as some of these boys, and these boys then started sharing more of these photos and were mocking her with these nude images. And so what this girl did is she knocked the phone out of one of the boys' hands and created a bit of a stir. Now, what happened is, because, quote, she started a fight, this girl got expelled from school. Nothing has happened yet to the boys. They're being investigated using a law in Louisiana that prevents the sharing of AI images like this non-consensually, but it's a law that's typically not applied to minors. It would be a $750 fine and 6 months probation, but the law enforcement there isn't even sure it's going to work. But what happened this week then, now the girl's parents have hired an attorney. There was a very contentious school board meeting, a lot of yelling and back and forth. What they've decided is they're going to let the girl go back to school, but she's on probation until the end of January, which means she can't participate in any extracurricular activities. And she's walking around basically as a criminal at school. And friends, there's just so much injustice here at all different levels. For example, at home, I think that the parents of these boys need to feel punishment of some kind, some penalty. Something needs to happen there at home, that they allowed this to happen on these devices that their sons own. Total failure there. The apps themselves, the App Store, right? How is it possible that this boy's phone, who's a minor, was allowed to download these apps? There's policies that should be in place that prevent minors from downloading apps that are rated 18 plus, which most of these deepfake apps are. The policy at the school, this sort of black and white approach to she started a fight. We've got to have some flex, something that's relevant for some of the issues that show up here in the digital age. I don't even know if the school or the district itself has a policy on deepfakes. I'm going to look into that, but it just feels like injustice at so many levels. And even for these boys, I mean, everybody suffers here. Although the girl is the victim and she's the one my heart breaks for, all the kids here are suffering. And so I'd love to know your thoughts down in the comments below. Let me know.